Let's start with Block Monster 8 in triple threat. Living up to the...
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The start. Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for some NBA. DA. It sure is fun to watch, DA. Thank you. A chance here to rank the top rookies in the NBA. The race for the Rookie of the Year. How about these guys? Oh, what a group. Well, you look at Davis. You know, there have been moments for him this year, but overall, it just doesn't look like he'll finish near the top of the list.
And maybe he's not there with the absolute cream of the rookie crop, but I think the transition to the NBA has been a fluid one for him.
Yeah, you talk about cream. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being the cake either now. I mean, he's had a very good year. He really gave that team an injection of energy and excitement that would not have been there otherwise.
Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. Richardson is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then there's Irving. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Davis at the two-guard spot. And for Minnesota, McDermott is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then it's Rodney Hood, and it's Curry in at the point. Chicago shooting their first free throws of the evening. Right around the halfway mark, and some players starting to feel a little bit beat up, taking those bumps and bruises. Is it hard to decide which injuries to play through versus the ones that make you sit and miss a game?
You know, I don't think so. If you're a younger player, it may be a little more difficult, but as you've spent time in the league, you know your body. You understand what's an ache and a pain and something you can play with, or an injury that really hampers you. So I think as you mature in the league, it becomes much easier to know what's an injury and what's something that you can work through.
That word tolerance becomes pretty important, doesn't it?
Yeah, and everybody's a little different in that regard, Kevin. Some guys have a high tolerance, others have a low or moderate. But again, it's about knowing your body. Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
Curry against Irving. Curry passes to McDermott. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
I think he'll think twice about attempting that shot next time. The defense was right on top of him there.
It's blocked. Valanciunas, good. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Here's Curry. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And Curry certainly is clever and crafty. Trickery is part of his arsenal when he gets inside. I mean, I like seeing him do his thing close to the basket.
Irving can't get it to go.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
McDermott. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
Now here's Aldridge. Richardson outside. Just 5 on the clock. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Davis has got 5 points so far.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game, to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
Now here's Davis. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Indiana, and it's good for 2.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Davis against Redick. Passes to Curry. Another miss by Minnesota.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Irving. He had a 39-point outing in their last game against Indiana. Pass to Aldridge. Valanciunas trying to free himself up. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Irving.
And Irving is comfortable running the offense. When a teammate's open, he's quick to whip it around and get him a good look.
Curry against Irving. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Back to Curry. the pass to Bielitsa. Over Valanciunas. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
And so it's Chicago in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot.
In 2011, I came into a league where the point guard.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Minnesota, they've got J.J. Redick. McDermott is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. Then it's Curry, and it's Hood in at the 3. And Coach Jim Boylen agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylen, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. Mark a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me is Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That is his first foul of the game. Redick against Davis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from J.J. Redick. Irving kicks to Davis. Pass to Aldridge. Outside Irving. From outside the arc. The shot misses. And Minnesota now the other way. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice this season. And last year, they took both games.
Two teams in the bottom of the East and West, as you said, these regular season victories count for more. Both hungry for a win tonight.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, Josh Richardson has made himself into one of the top defensive wings in the league. Richardson says there's a certain competitiveness that comes with being a good defender. The defensive end takes will, and I have a lot of it. Kevin J. Rich is self-described as super competitive, and that edge is what drives it.
It sure is. That's what it takes. Thank you, David.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fella.
Curry against Irving. There's the 3. The shot by Redick, no good.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Richardson dishes to Irving. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Over Curry. And the rejection by Curry. And he recovers it.
And he's missed every single shot he's attempted today, but somehow they're still in the lead.
And the rejection by Valanciunas. Bjelica against Irving. Over Hood. They grab their own miss. Count that bucket. 8 points for Aldridge.
Boy, Aldridge using those long arms of his to corral that offensive rebound. 3
seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Fires Rivers from 18. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
Boy, at 6'11", Aldridge makes this look really easy. All he needs is the right positioning, and it's over. Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
And that concludes. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Chicago came ready to play. They didn't wait long to put together a 9-2 run. They were, and it's just about time.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. We're seeing a tremendous game from LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. Davis is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Richardson in at the 3 slot.
And, you know, even though in today's game floor spacing is all the rage, the last 5 years the Wolves attempted the fewest threes in the league. And when they did shoot them, they didn't make very many of them.
The Elite misses.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Irving can't hit. And on top of their troubles from rain, the Wolves have also had trouble on the defensive glass.
Yeah, and if you can't rebound and you're not shooting it well, you've got to figure out who you're going to be. Your identity is in question. That's what the Wolves are trying to figure out. Who are we? What do we do well? How do we win? How do we succeed? To get to the next level, they've got to answer that question.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
Curry, wide open, connects from 3-point range. Curry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And Kevin, that 3 ball of Curry Dantley. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
That one drops for him.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they have. Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Passes it to McDermott. Mark, we know you have great passion for the game of basketball. Any passions that our fans may not know about?
Yeah, I enjoy golf. I'm an avid reader, as you well know, Kevin. We actually share book titles on occasion. Obviously, food is universal, and there's nothing I turn down. I try to eat certain things in moderation, but I enjoy board games, too. In terms of sports, fan of football, both college and pro. Enjoy playing golf, board games, and reading probably what I
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Aldridge. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Wednesday and then on Friday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Outside, Davis. Pass to Irving. To shoot, pulls up on the elbow, and it's good. 2 points. Irving's got 6 here in this quarter.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Bielitsa passes to Curry. Now here's McDermott. Aldridge is covering. McDermott with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Curry's shot is good.
And I have great appreciation for the IQ of Stephen Curry. I mean, once the ball hits his hands, guys, you know he's thinking about letting it go.
Irving finds Valanciunas. Yep, that one goes. Valanciunas has got 8.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweep one after another.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls, sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Bielitsa is out there with Doug McDermott. Then it's Rodney Hood. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And so Hood will bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 14. After this one, they're off to Denver to take on the Nuggets. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. The Bulls shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Irving against Bielitsa. Here's Valanciunas. Rebound, Minnesota. McDermott's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Curry. And Bielitsa kicks to Curry. Over Richardson. Bank shot, no good.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 7th assist here tonight.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety. Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
The Bulls leading by 12. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And here are the Bulls now. 17 points was their biggest margin. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Stephen Curry. And Clark, ordinarily quiet by nature, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a more outspoken leader in recent years.
Yeah, and that's a good sign. Sometimes you have to get out of your comfort zone for the good of the team. Aldridge is, by nature, a laid-back, quiet guy, and sometimes that can work against the team. But in his case, he realized that he needed to be more vocal and stepped into doing that.
And in a league that's obsessed with threes and layups, LaMarcus Aldridge defying the trend, really feasting on a steady diet of mid-range jumpers.
Curry against Irving. It's Redick on the wing. Six on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, Davis with some nice deep. And that turnaround jumper of Aldridge's, it's just impossible to defend.
Long arms, that high release point, when it's falling, well, we saw him give OKC 56. This man can take over.
Outside Hood. To the inside. Here's McDermott. It's hauled in by LaMarcus Aldridge. Aldridge has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Chicago.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. White the pass to Gasol. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Smooth sailing for Chicago. 17-point lead, their biggest. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Hart. The pass to Aldridge. Offensive rebound. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks.